Australia is an island continent completely isolated from the rest of the world. And unlike a lot of other countries, it didn't have any land bridges connecting it to others during times of migration around the globe. So the question is, how did people get to Australia? That's what I will attempt to answer today. Being educated on how our ancestors got us to where we are now is very important for everyone to know. I've been researching this for a couple weeks, and I hope to share with you guys what I've learned, and hopefully a little bit about Australia and how it came to be. So one theory is that Aboriginal people derived from a single place, and this is the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, right next to the Horn of Africa and the Arabian Sea. This would have been the shortest route for our ancestors to take to leave Africa, and at the time it would have been a land bridge. What's debated on this topic of how people came to Australia is whether they first went to Asia or if they just came to Australia. So after leaving the Bab el Strait, researchers working with the Genographic Project at National Geographic have speculated that they initially left around 70,000 years ago, went to Asia, and then came to Australia around 50,000 years ago. This is after they separated from another group of their ancestors who went to Europe. This theory, however, was challenged because of a DNA sample taken by an Aboriginal man. What Aboriginal man is in Australia, it's like a direct descendant from the indigenous people who first inhabited the country. So a DNA sample was taken from his hair, and it was compared to the genomes of people living in Asia and those in Africa, and what they found is that he most closely was related to those in Africa and not in Asia. And I would suggest that they never traveled to Asia at all and went straight from Africa or were in Australia the whole time. Eski Willerslev, a professor at Cambridge, and a researcher working with the Aboriginal study for the ABC News, suspected that they first arrived on the northern coast of Australia and Papua New Guinea, which at the time would have been part of the same landmass. And they didn't become two different landmasses until about 8,000 years ago, when ocean's levels rose because of the last ice age. These two populations split around 37,000 years ago, and we know this because the same genes of people living in Papua New Guinea can be found in those Aboriginals living in Australia. So these people had to get to the island somehow, and they did so on primitive boats or raft. Crossing the ocean was no easy task, and they likely did so without any sense of direction. Jean Vosch, who wrote the book History of Ships, have speculated that if these people really did go to Asia before coming to Australia, they would have traveled on a bamboo raft. If they came straight from Africa, they would have had a canoe carved out of wood. After landing, the group traveled inland using rivers and following food supply. And according to the TV show The First Australian, spokesperson Ian Kleiman, a scholar and historian, said that there were over 250 different tribes, each with their own laws, territories, and languages. So that there were other questions that arose too. And one of those was how would they came, what motivated them to leave, and what were they searching for. Researchers at National Geographic have speculated that the journey was planned because they brought with them enough men and women to supply a thriving population. It's likely one of the reasons they left was because of major climate change in the area, the warming of the the cooling down of Earth during the beginning of the last ice age. This is one of the evidence they found supporting the timeline of 50,000 years. In 1974, they found Mungo Man's remains next to Mungo Man in New South Wales. His remains were found with stone tools and the remains of a giant wombat. Seen here, I thought that was just a cool thing. It's likely they went extinct around 50,000 years ago because they were found at the same time. That kind of supports the timeline. So it's easy to understand what an indigenous man would have looked like because you can just look at an Aboriginal man. Their DNA pool has been basically untouched because of Australia's isolation. So this is what they most likely look like and what Aboriginal people still look like today. Like I said, they were isolated about for a very long time, until 1788 when about 11 ships carrying 1,300 people, half of them convicts, came and did what white people do best, they colonized and took over. So I hopefully answered some of your questions that you may never have had before. I would encourage you guys to do your own research about this topic because there's really no way to know for sure exactly what happened. Thank you.